baby. Bum 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 ba dum ba dum ba dum. Bum 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 ba dum bum 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 bum. All right. Oh, I'm in the wrong safari. Ah, poop. Ah, poop. Oh, if that was the shiny maracas, I would have lost my mind. That's a little too loud. I want to be able to hear the sound, though, for when I hear the shiny. So I don't accidentally run away from it. So that should put the counter up on this. Let me just confirm. Webcam source, Elgato. Alright, and then we click right to here. Right to here. Okay. This has been a heck of a day trying to get this started. You're gonna have to give me a moment to try and get into a comfortable position. Alright, we want to get to our Pidgey and Hoot Hoot. That's what we're looking for today. If the counter doesn't work, the counter doesn't work. I'm not fighting with my tech today. I don't have it in me. I don't think the counter went up there. I can try and get the view a little bit better. No, now it's facing down. How the fuck did that even happen? Alright. Alright, there's the Hoot Hoot. Let's see if the Hoot Hoot counter goes up to 248. No. Okay. Let's pick my Piplup. I mean, let's end our hunts then and see if we can fix this shit. We have our window projector right here. We have this one right here. Image path. The diamond startup screen. Start hunt. Webcam. Hoot hoot. Hoot hoot. Start hunt. Pidgey. Pidgey. Start hunt. Okay. All right. Let's try again. Let's try this goddamn madness. And we'll see if the counters go up. There's a Pidgey. Hey, Pidgey went up. That's what we like to see. We stand a Pidgey going up. And there's the diamond going up. There's a Hoot Hoot. Let's see if Hoot Hoot goes up. Hoot Hoot did not go up. Alright, well, you know, like, I can't do much more than what I'm doing. No, that's not gonna work. Like, how did I have this camera the first time? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Alright, that's still wrong. It's capturing too much of the... Can I do it like this? We'll figure this out. While I do, like, painfully slow resets. No, that's definitely not it. Alright, that is not a shiny Piplup. We reset. Like, I don't understand how the camera is just, like, not going the way it should go. No, that's still, like, it's still, like, capturing too much of the bottom half of the screen. How the fuck did I do this last time? Oh, that looks better, maybe. Potentially. Let's take another attempt at it. Alright, there's a hoodoo. Counter did not go up. Of course it didn't. Why would it? There's no reason for the counter to ever go up. Alright, so let's go hoot hoot image. Hoot hoot text. Masuda webcam. Start hunt. Who knows? Maybe just restarting it will fix it. Turning things off and on again often fixes things. Nope. Alright. I don't know why the webcam has such a hard time picking up specifically Hoot Hoot is the thing. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me why Hoot Hoot is like this camera's fucking kryptonite. Now the whole thing doesn't feel centered anymore. It's a regular ass looking Piplup. And now we've broken the Pidgey counter, so that's not working either. Like, I really wish this fucking thing would just fucking work, you know? It has just been a day of all the tech in my life not working. Over and over and over again. There's a hoot hoot. Like, I can't imagine getting a better picture than that for the counter. Unless somehow, like, those got clicked off. No, don't fight it. Just run away. Let's run away. Turn the screen down even more, maybe? Pull the screen back even more? Just end both of those hunts because they're pissing me off? Pidgey. Pidgey. Webcam. Masuda. Start. I really wish tech would just work. You know? I don't think it's too much to ask for just once something works once, it just works always. Till it dies. Like, I would rather something just never work in any capacity than work a little bit sometimes. Yeah, like, there's no reason that wouldn't have counted it. If shit was working. Like, that definitely should have been it. Let's see if we can capture a new Hoodooed image then, maybe. Maybe it's a lighting thing again. But fuck, man, if I need to, like, get a new image every fucking week to try and get the capture set up right, that's gonna be a nightmare. Yeah, like, see, that didn't up the Pidgey count. And there's absolutely no way it didn't just see that Pidgey as a full-blown Pidgey. Like, it's... It doesn't fucking help that these cords are, like, stretched all over me. So I can try and get shit working. Okay. Let's try that. Shit is frustrating, my dudes. And, like, to be fair, I'm trying to capture a 3DS with a USB webcam. Like, the fact that it ever works is, like, probably should be impressive enough for me. Yeah, okay, it's just not counting them. So, we can try and get a new image. It's just an annoyingly slow process. Especially when the fucking snip tool shortcut just doesn't work. Because Windows decided to make itself worse. Like how VTube Studio decided to make itself worse. And how Discord decided to make itself work. I really hate when things fucking update. Alright. There's a hoodooed image. That is not the Piplup we are looking for. So we close and we start back up again. So we save this hoodooed image I just screen captured. We go to here, we click hoot, we replace that hoodoo with this hoodoo. We hit close. We end the hoodoo hunt. We remake it, just with the new picture. Set it up to webcam, set it up to Masuda, and start the hunt. Okay, then we run away. I'm figuring this shit out. Which I'll probably have to do the next time I play. Alright, we get this beautiful screen cap of a Pidgey. We click on it. We save the image of this Pidgey as Pidgey. We overwrite the old image. We end the old hunt. New Pidgey image. Same Pidgey text. Masuda. Webcam. Start hunt. Alright. So that should be new screen caps for the auto tracker to work with based off the current lighting and position of the 3DS. So let's see. So Pidgey should jump to 458 here. Alright. That worked. Again, I think it's just a lighting thing. But the lighting in this apartment will never be consistent. To the point where I think I can have something that just always works for the 3DS. Because even if I crack out my ring lamp, I just don't think I'd have a position where I could set it up and it would feel consistent. Because I do have like one of those bright USB lights, but it would also probably fuck the glare up on the screen, something awful. But at least we tracking again. At least the Pidgeys are working. It has been a while since we've hit a shiny in the Friend Safari, by the way. We are like mad over odds at this rate. I think we're over twice over odds, which is kind of brutal. Because I've definitely put in over 500 encounters into the grass type safari I've been doing on the trains and whatnot. And whenever I'm not streaming, I'm in a different safari because I want to catch this hoot hoot on camera. And like, I'm definitely over 500 encounters on that safari. And we're over 700 encounters on this one now. Registered. That doesn't include the few I've done off camera. So, we've been getting pretty unlucky with the Friend Safari lately. However, my other shiny luck has been like pretty freaking good to the point where I really can't complain too much. Because this week alone we've gotten like 11 to 12 shinies. Last Sunday, which is my cutoff date, is sort of Sunday-ish. For the week. Um, Last Sunday we ended up catching a shiny Cubone, and then over the course of the week we got the whole shiny Ghastly line, the whole shiny Charmander line, the whole shiny Gibble line, and just last night we caught a shiny Spinarak in Pokemon Go. So we got like 11 shinies this week, which is like a lot considering. I mean, there's only like 800, like 900 Pokemon, right? So like if we got like an 11 a week every week, it'd take us like just under a year, I guess, to get all of them. But like some weeks we might get more than that. Some weeks we're probably gonna definitely get less than that, unless I get a bit more consistently lucky. Uh, and we're gonna be taking like a slight break from like the super hard shiny hunting on camera soon. Because Skylight and Violet's gonna be out, and I'm gonna need to figure out like how shiny hunting works in that game. I'm gonna want to try and get the shiny charm. Um, and there's gonna be a whole bunch of new Pokemon to get shiny, which is cool. I'm excited for that. We've already pre-ordered the game, which is nice to have that sorted. Alright, let's go do our 2840th reset. Hey, Sea-Dog. How doing? I'm just talking about how many shinies we got today, or this week. Not today, but this week. Got a bunch of shinies this week. I forgot to put the link to the Google Doc in the Google form or whatever, the Google file in the description for the stream. I gotta get better at that. That's a new habit I have to get into. You tired? Yeah, that's fair. Me too. Well, I don't know. We're still a bit behind. We're over 2 times odds right now on the Safari hunting in X here on the 3DS. We're at over 1,000 encounters with no shiny yet, and it's supposed to be about 1 in 500. So we've been behind on the luck on the 3DS specifically, but the luck on the egg hatching has been pretty good in Shield lately. Cause we ended up getting the 4 Gibbles, and I ended up getting the Charmander line finished yesterday, I think it was. And we got 2 shinies in Pogo this week too. We got Ghastly and a Spinarak. I haven't been able to get an Ariados yet though because oh, I forgot I had eggs. I forgot I picked up eggs from my fucking PC box in X because I still had Sableye eggs left over. If I get a fucking shiny Sableye now, by the way, I'm gonna be so pissed. If I spent all those freaking 6 months hatching eggs, or 6 years hatching eggs, and then it just randomly throws it to me one day, oh, I'd be so salty about it. But yeah, no. We had some good shiny luck. I don't think I'm gonna stream very long today. I want to make a game for the kids for Wednesday's class. Just a little activity. And I wanna do some more Let's Go Pikachu hunting to round out the week. I wanted to try and get a shiny Porygon, which to my understanding, the way you do that is you have to catch 11 Porygons, who are a bit of a rare spawn. And once you have a catch combo of 11, it increases the spawn rate of them. And then you just walk in and out of a door, constantly resetting it till it's shiny, is, I believe, the fastest way. Uh, so I might be doing that later. But I think Let's Go is like a little bit too much, a little too active for me to stream easily. Especially dual streaming. Like I wouldn't be able to do it and resets or it and the 3DS stuff. I'm too bad at throwing the Pokeballs in it. I really want to get a shiny Magnemite in Let's Go Pikachu. Just because I really love Magnemite and Magneton and Magnezone, and I really want that shiny. And I think when I did save the game, I was at the Porygon area. But I did recently go to the power plant. I can't remember if I'm at the power plant or I'm at the Porygon area. But I'm at one of those 2 areas. I'm almost done Let's Go Pikachu. I should just finish it, because from my understanding, like, once you finish the story in it, you're able to get, like, the shiny charm and everything a lot easier. I also transferred over a bunch of Kanto Pokemon from Pokemon Go to Let's Go just to fill Pokedex slots, so I don't have to waste time catching them. Uh, cause like I think the shiny hunting in Let's Go Pikachu will speed up a bit once I get the shiny charm. I considered hunting for the shiny legendary birds in Let's Go Pikachu, but then I remembered that they're all in Shield, and I'd rather just do raids with 1 in 100 odds than try and do soft resetting for like 1 in 2,000 odds in Let's Go Pikachu. Just seemed better to me. Though we're also super behind odds on the adventures. I've done like I've done like 55 adventures since our last shiny. We're like 2 time odds on that 1 in 100 chance. I just have not been getting like good shiny luck in anything that isn't specifically eggs. It's been brutal. All my shiny luck for anything besides eggs has been shit this week. Except, I guess Pogo shiny luck has been a little good. But to be fair, I've been catching like an absolute truck ton of Pokemon in Pogo. So, like, the fact that I caught that Spinarak and that Ghastly, like, I saw a lot of those Pokemon in the last week. I'd like to catch another shiny Spinarak so I can evolve it in Pogo and then transfer them both to home. Because you're not able to transfer Spinarak to Shield. It's only in Diamond, and I haven't been able to start Diamond yet. Which, you know, is annoying. But it is what it is. I'm used to things being behind odds, so I'm not too concerned about it. And can confirm, anytime I do see a random shiny in a game, I still pop off like crazy. Every time I fought a Spinarak in Pokemon Go for like a solid 3 days, I was like, come on, be shiny. Oh, its shiny is so pretty. I don't know what Ariados looks like shiny, I haven't looked, but man, Spinarak looks great shiny. It is a beautiful shiny. I hope Ariados has like a similar color scheme of like the blues and purples. I think Spinarak looks just awesome. Continuing my trend of just getting bug shinies a lot. Bugs and ghosts with like Shuppet, Ghastly, and Sableye. And I guess Cubone is kind of a ghost type Pokemon. He's not. He's a ground type, which is weird to me. The problem is I can't use the shiny Cubone in Let's Go if I'm trying to use it for the living dex, because it'll end up evolving into a Marowak if I don't pay attention to it. And I don't know any way to duplicate Pokemon in Let's Go Pikachu, like I know how to do in Diamond and Shield. I tried to find a way to duplicate Pokemon in Let's Go Pikachu so I could start using my shiny boys who will evolve. Because I've already fucked that up, and I'm already gonna need to get like a shiny Geodude again. I'm already gonna need to get a shiny Caterpie and a shiny freaking Rattata again because I messed that up. Which, like, feels bad. Oh, welcome back. Yeah, it's been like an alright week for shinies so far. I mean, up until today, we've gotten like 11 shinies since last Sunday. It's pretty good. The problem is none of them ever fucking happen on camera. Which is like the worst trait to have as like a Pokemon shiny hunting streamer, I guess. I guess the real trick is that like normal people who shiny hunt on stream just are always streaming, maybe. Maybe they just have longer streams than I do. But I don't really have like a comfortable way to stream. So it's a bit harder for me maybe. I don't know. It's fun. Last week was so physically freaking draining. I wanted to stream during the week a few times, but like I just could not function. It was just not in the cards for me to be able to do things. The week was an absolute shit show of stuff going wrong. About the only good thing that went on during the week was the Pokemon, was the random shinies we ended up getting along the way. I mean, yeah, there's RNG manipulation, if that's what you're talking about, with the blink counting and whatnot. If that's what you're talking about, Sea Dog, I know about all that stuff for like every gen. I just don't do it. I don't want to. Sometimes, Sea Dog, you get old enough that you don't want to learn a new trick. I like watching the videos, and I might do some RNG manipulation in my like old school Ruby cartridge. But in order to do it in Ruby, I think you already need to have a shiny in Ruby to find your secret ID. And like old school Ruby was like full 1 in 8,000 odds, so I don't know if that's gonna happen in my playthrough of Ruby. I am like playing through and I am like doing more encounters in areas than I typically would just in case a shiny pops up. But yeah, no. One, my computer doesn't really have the space for all the software required to like do the RNG manipulation stuff. Like my computer just doesn't have any hard drive space, which is like, that was my fault for not getting a computer with a better hard drive. Um and I don't like having to plug in an external and use that because it's clunky and adds to the clutter. But yeah, I'd also have to restart the game again, and I was just like, oh, I just don't have it in me, man. Maybe one day I'll do it. I considered doing it in Sun too, but I think it required like a capture card or something. I don't remember. I don't know. Honestly, if the RNG manipulation was a little more consistent or easier to pull off, I'd be tempted with it. But the fact that like whenever you miss your mark, you then have to go in and like try and calculate what frame you actually hit and then adjust your frame delay to like, set that shit up. And it's just like I don't like that. That part specifically annoys me with the RNG manipulation resetting. Specifically like when you miss your frame and you have to like fiddle around with it to figure out what frame you actually hit so you can try and alter your delay to hit the right number. I'd rather just like restart. No, we haven't hit any shinies in BDSP yet. We have not run into the uncatchable shiny Starly yet. Hell, I'd honestly be like super cool if that happened. Like that would still probably get a cool reaction out of me because I just love seeing shiny Pokemon. And then I'd probably get pretty mad about it afterwards, but like in the moment I'd be pretty happy with it till the moment passes. The odds for Piplup, the odds for the BDSP Pokemon are all 1 in 4,096. It's all full odds for shiny starters. Same for the sun resets I've been doing for Papillon. It's 1 in 4,096. However, I have not been doing a lot of sun resets lately because I've been doing safari hunts in different safaris than the one I'm doing on stream with the Pidgey and the Hoot Hoot. I don't know when the next stream is. Whenever I manage to have the physical energy to do streams. Next weekend is a community day in Pogo where there's gonna be a bunch of shiny Drattinis, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm definitely gonna want to do that to try and get enough shiny Drattinis to get the Drattini line filled off in the shiny decks. Um, I know one of these weekends in this month I might be going away for the weekend. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. But I don't know yet. I don't know quite yet. I think I have another full week of work. I don't think I have any downtime during the week or an easy day where I'd be able to stay up a bit later or, you know, not be as physically drained come the end of the day. Which, is fair, I guess. Not really. The work week is nonsense as it exists, but, no fixing capitalism. Alright, let's check out another Piplup and run away from this Hoot Hoot. Because I didn't hear no sparkles. Every time I saw like a random like Piplup in Pokemon Go, I've just been like, oh man, if you're the shiny Piplup, I'm gonna be so upset. If I get the shiny Piplup in Pokemon Go before I get it in Diamond, I'm gonna be so annoyed. Which is kind of like what happened in Sun, cause I was trying to get Rowlet, cause I actually just really like Decidueye's design. Um, and I also already have a shiny Incineroar. Um, but freaking, I ended up getting the shiny Rowlets and Shield, so now I'm like, well, I guess I'll do Papillon or whatever the frick that little seal's name is, because that's the only starter from Sun I don't have shiny yet. So after like 80 hours of soft resetting for Rowlet, I had to go back to Papillon. I don't like getting into better starter discourse. I mean, people like what people like. I do think Incineroar is pretty cool. I like the idea of like a luchador Pokemon. Like I just like that as someone who's just like a fan of pro wrestling. I love Incineroar's just like vibe. But typically I'm not very much a fan of the fire starters. I think they all are kind of mid. Thankfully that's not accurate. Piplup. Piplup. Samurott is the deck I would play on the TCG a lot in standard. I have a Samurott deck that's pretty decent. I don't know if it stands up to the current meta. I think the Palkia decks and whatnot are probably too strong, but when it wins, it feels good. I much prefer the gym leader format, honestly, than standard. They really need to add if they add a queue for the gym leader format, I would probably play the TCGO a lot more. Because like as it is, like if I go to like the gym leader challenge like Discord and like ask for matches, ah, it's just like everyone's like already like super good. And I don't typically play like top meta decks. I just play whatever type I feel like playing. So I'm always at a bit of a disadvantage by not playing like the absolute best because my collection just isn't good enough. And I play off elemental types typically. Since the main deck I like playing is my metal deck. And I don't think metal is top tier in GLC right now. I'm pretty sure top tiers are like water, grass, and psychic. And dark. I think dark is doing crazy work. If they haven't already done any bannings in GLC, I know they were talking about doing some banning. I don't know. I mean, if you ever want to give me a bunch digitally, you could always just type them up on a Google Doc. I would typically just go and buy them online whenever I want. Because they're so cheap. Which is nice. It's a shame you can't do something like with that with like Magic Arena. Alright, I'm pretty sure this Piplup was not shiny, yeah. One of those things where I was looking at something else when that happened, so I had to double check. Alright, have a good sleep. Party hard. If we end up finding a shiny, look forward to the clip video. That's what I gotta do. I just gotta get more shinies on screen so I can make more clips of me getting shinies. Cause that shit brings in the views, man. That Basculin video still does numbers compared to most of the other things on my channel. I also need to remember to upload this week's episode of the Mite Mite No podcast. I need to not forget to upload episode 6. It is important. Hooty hoot! Run away! Let's run away. Wow, we're almost at 500 straight up Pidgey encounters, which means we're definitely past 500 Pidgey encounters. Because the counter, that tracker isn't counting all the Pidgeys that just didn't get registered. We're almost at fucking full odds just for Pidgeys. Which is like, obnoxious to think about. The freaking battle music in X is just like ingrained into my soul now. Oh, another one of our eggs is hatching. These random goddamn eggs I put in my bag. Swear to God, if I get another shiny Sableye, I'm gonna lose it. No, alright. I'm not sure what the Masuda method percentage is in X and Y without shiny charm. I'm not sure that how that math checks out. Let's just get that next reset of the diamond rolling. Oh, I accidentally hit give a name. It's not what I wanted to do. So many goddamn eggs. Did one of those Sableyes just count as a Pidgey? Wait, what? How is it reading that egg as a Pidgey? That doesn't make any sense. That's so fucking funny. Why is it thinking that egg is a Pidgey? That's a hoot hoot. Alright, well, it counted the hoot hoot as a hoot hoot, so I'll take that. God, I was playing Pokemon Ruby on my DS Lite, and the colors are so goddamn crisp. Oh my god. I thought the Wishmer I found was shiny just because of how good it looked. I was like, whoa, that is so pink. That can't be what a Wishmere normally looks like. And I'm like, oh no, that's just what the color is supposed to be. I've just only seen it in like Pokemon Go and Pokemon Shield lately, where the colors are super washed out. Man, I miss vibrancy in Pokemon. Those Pokemon look so good. Like, I want to find a shiny in Ruby just because it will look amazing. Like, I just want to see, like, my first shiny in, like, proper Ruby. But where the clock is dead, like, I don't know where the shinies are. Like, I don't understand some things about the RNG manipulation because, like, technically everyone is playing on the same seed or something, but it's just the trainer IDs that are different. I don't know. It's all weird. I've been carrying like a shroomish with me though, so if I do ever run into a shiny, I'll be able to have increased odds of catching it. I want to do more Let's Go today though, for sure. I like doing a little let's go during the week. The only problem is like with the catch combos is that you can't like save the game and turn it off. That's my biggest problem. Cause like if you're trying to catch a shiny in that game with the catch combo, you need to like set aside like a 5 hour block window unless you get very lucky. Or like be willing to just like not play any other game on your Switch until you get the shiny. Is like another part of the problem, right? Like sometimes you just want to take a break from Let's Go, like rest the arm, go play anything else, but you can't without breaking the combo. I mean, I could, like I could switch over to like my PlayStation or play a DS game or something, but like sometimes you want to go over to Shield and like do a raid, and it's like I can't because if I do, I'll break my 200 Ratata combo, and I'm like, God damn it. Rattata, 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 Rattata. Rattata, da, da, da. Hakuna Rattata. Man, I love Rattata. That was like one of the first toys of Pokemon I ever had. Was a little Rattata. I had a Rattata, I had a Meowth, and I had a Pikachu bouncy ball, and I carved with a knife into that bouncy ball to get the Pikachu toy out of it, and discovered it was very tiny, and that the ball's translucency was sort of magnifying the image of the toy inside. I remember carving that apart because I wanted the Pikachu toy out of it more than I wanted a bouncy ball. Oh, those were the days. Oh, punch the camera a little bit. You hate to see it. Alright, our 503rd Pidgey, let's go. Man, I hope we get one of these shinies before we hit the triple digits on the counter. I'm gonna have to go and change their numbers again. Gonna have to make their numbers smaller to give them more room. That is not a desired outcome. Sometimes I get off my bike in the Friend Safaris just so I can hear like the Friend Safari music. But I also get so used to being on a bike that I forget, like, in my head, this isn't the bike music, it's just this is what Pokemon X sounds like. Because I spend so much time just hatching eggs on bike that I would hear this music all the time. And I just, it is the game music to me. It's something that's like, oh yeah, there's music when you're not on your bike. That's different. It's one of those things that's just pervasive to my memory of the game now. Let's run away. Piplup. Bum bum ba-da-da-dum. Man, that fighting the urge to just slap on some music and vibe. But like, I want to be able to keep this VOD around. And besides, I mean, I have to listen to the game audio anyways in case I miss the visual of the shiny sparkle. I shouldn't though, because I'm looking like straight at the preview window for the DS screen. But you never know. I could look away right at that moment and then hear the sparkle and then, pop off. Would be nice. I'll tell you what. It's cool in Ruby you can use Sweet Scent with the RNG manipulation to get shinies. I think RNG manipulation is super cool. I wish I had learned about stuff like that in different shiny hunting methods like when I was younger. Cause like if I was already like experienced in the RNG manipulation stuff, like I'd already been doing it for years, like since the DS games first started, I'd probably still be doing it, but it's just one of those things that like I never started before and like I don't know if I have it in me to start now. It could make a good like stream series though, like watching in real time someone trying to learn how to do the RNG manipulation for the first time. I think that could be like good content that people would like. It's just I'm also definitely positive someone has already done it because of course they would have. All right. We got to remember to hold our stick forward here so we can trigger our diamond cutscene. Solid diamonds are unbreakable. Let's go. Hoo-hoo! Hooty hoot, baby. I think it's so cool in Gen 2 that you could breed shinies consistently. And like, I know that would ruin shinies. But like, it just makes so much sense to me that if you had a shiny, you'd be able to breed more of that shiny consistently. I just think that's a neat. Bum 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 bum. Yep, love, baby. Big yawns. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make a charade game for Tuesday. I think that'd be fun. Make like a deck of charades cards. Could be a simple activity. I don't know. The teachers really got on me that the last activity was too hard, and I definitely didn't feel like it should have been too hard for kids of their age. But it is what it is. Need to do better next time, I guess. Have to remember. Oh, jeez. Have to remember Tuesday. I need to go get some information from one of my teachers. It's very important. Let's go, Piplup. Let's go, Piplup. Let's go, Piplup. Piplup power. Nope. What's a good penguin song? You know, I can't remember any of the songs from Pebble and the Penguin. There was definitely singing, but I definitely don't remember any of the songs. That was one of the movies my mother would always fall asleep to. She had a really hard time getting to the end of that movie, which I found very funny. Oh, for some reason that Hoot Hoot stopped being tracked. Okay, whatever, Hoot Hoot. I don't think it was a shiny. If it was, I'll cry. Like, for some reason, the DS looks like it's shifted a little bit over to the left. Alright, well, that Hoot Hoot counted. Pretty sure that Hoot Hoot wasn't shiny, because again, I didn't hear the sparkle. And I am listening for that sparkle like a goddamn hawk. My entire body is coiled with tension, just waiting for that goddamn sparkle to show up. Yet it continues to elude and tease me. Oh, back. That's the problem with long streams when you don't have like any back support, man. Like even just sitting like this for an hour or two, like really sucks. When I move into my next place, I definitely want enough space to get like a proper chair or couch. Somewhere where I can work. Would be nice. Wouldn't it be nice if the world was cat bear? Do 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 do. Hooty hoop ka. Alright. No luck. I'd say we're about halfway through the stream though. I don't think I'm gonna go longer than 2 hours today if I'm gonna do any shiny hunting in Let's Go Pikachu. Because the shiny hunting in Let's Go Pikachu like takes time, man. Like anytime I commit to a shiny hunt in Let's Go Pikachu, I know it might be like 2 days of it just being on my system in rest mode while I'm trying to get the time to play it. I did go and power few a few gyms though in it because like we're almost level 100 with everyone. I still think that like maybe I should go and finish the story like as soon as possible in it now because we already have a fair bit of shinies in it and just like increase my odds, like make it so I can go anywheres. And from my understanding, a lot of things like kind of open up in the game after you take out the Elite Four. From my understanding, like once you get access to like Mewtwo's cave, things can like spike up a little bit. I don't know. It makes me curious. I think I only have like Sabrina's gym and Giovanni's gyms left. I'd taken Cinnabar Island and Saffron City like they were nothing. I kind of wanted to hunt a shiny seal in the Whirlpool Islands and the Seafoam Islands. That's what they're called, Seafoam, in the Seafoam Islands. I made it to Articuno though, which was cool, and did a few resets, and then I remembered that Articuno was probably in Shield, and I'm like, you know, eh. 1 in 100 odds just sounds so much better. Though to be fair, the resetting in Let's Go is probably way faster. I don't know, that's interesting. I wonder if someone could do like the math on the average amount of resets it takes to get an Articuno versus how many raids it would take to get the shiny. I think the raids would definitely lean quicker, but the raids also take so much longer than a reset. I don't know. It's an interesting thought experience for someone who's really, really into math, and we are not. We are not that person. Math is fine, but I would not. We would not say we are into it. Oh, when your Piplap's blue instead of teal. Piplup pop out of the Pokeball like, am I blue? Am I blue? Ain't these tears in my eyes telling you? Come on, Piplup. Let's go, Piplup. You're literally like the best penguin I could have. I'm really rooting for you, Piplup. For realsies. Oh, I thought I had an encounter. I don't know why I stopped moving. Woo-hoo. I haven't thought of a good nickname for our shiny hoot hoot when it happens yet. I haven't gotten around to nicknaming most of the recent shinies in Shield yet. It's just been busy. Am I blue? Am I blue? Ain't these tears in my eyes telling you? That was a good episode of Justice League. I love sometimes in Justice League where like shit is so fucking weird. Like I love that Wonder Woman's aunt like turns her into a pig and then like Batman chases her down with Zatanna Zatara and demands she changes her back while at the same time like Wonder Woman as a pig is going through a slaughterhouse and like destroying it as they try to kill her in pig form, assuming she is just a pig. And the way they convince Cersei to like undo the spell is to have Batman sing a beautiful jazz number in front of an entire club. And it's just like this show is so weird. Like why is this happening? It's great. It's ah oh man, Batman and Batman in like Justice League was so good. I still cry whenever I think about the scenes with Ace where they like send Batman in to kill a kid, not realizing that it's Batman and he just adopts damaged children. Like, not realizing that Batman doesn't do that shit. Ah, it was so good. I cry like every time. I bought some of the Justice League DVDs before moving to Japan. I should watch them at some point. Seeing as how no, I can't watch any of the digital content I purchased before coming here, which is fucking infuriating. At least until I figure out a way to set up a VPN on my PS5, which I'm sure you can do, actually. Um, but I haven't done it yet. I really should look into it though. I'm way behind on modern anime. I have no idea what's been coming out. I haven't seen anything new-ish since like Spy Family and the Suspicious Maid Shota X Maid story, which I only watched because I had read the manga and found that it was getting an anime over a bunch of other, which no offense to it, but much better stories. because it's just, you know, fetishy shit. And I'm like, yeah, you know, that's true. True, that's true. Horny definitely does sell in the anime industry. It's definitely a primary consideration for most businesses. Oh, that show is so weird. I can't believe they even made it like full-length episodes. Because nothing ever happens in the manga. It's always like, boy misunderstands something. Lady misunderstands something. Lady's response is to tease the boy sexually, which is wildly inappropriate. Boy's response is to admit his feelings of a deeply passionate and romantic love for her. Her reaction is to not be able to process that and run away. And that's every episode of that show ever. That's every chapter. That's every episode. That is it. It's just that with different scenes around the moments. Sometimes not even that different, to be honest. It's such a fucking weird series to get animated, man. I mean, more power to it. One of the indie series I was reading ended up getting published for a while and then dropped, and I think, and then the artist like came back and he's like, all right, we're doing like a full volume of hardcore sex between two virgins. Like that's what we're doing now. We will have an entire volume of just these two characters having a ludicrous amount of sex for their first time. And now that I'm not no longer being like controlled by a publishing company or anything, I'm like, go off, I guess. I have the first three volumes of that book. It's pretty good. I'm pretty sure my volumes end before the spicy stuff happens. I don't know how the story has continued since then. I hope it does. I hope it doesn't just end. That's something I hate in like romance stories. When the story ends when the romance happens. Because that isn't the end of the story. It's the start of the story. That's why I like a romance story that goes against that traditional anime trope of like, you know, it's all will they won't they for the whole series, but you know they will. Except for the few times where they don't, just as a twist to make everyone feel upset. And it's just like, you know, I just want to see more of that, you know? I want to see that story where there's a little bit of will they won't they. I want a little bit of that tension. Or not tension, but I do like when the characters like have to process their emotions and understand that they are attracted to the other person and then have a mutual confession and realize they're both interested in each other. That's fine. Uh Masaki and oh shit, what is the show called? I can never remember the name of these shows, man. Masaki to Hirano? It's a very good show. It well, fuck, I hate all of my hate. It's very good, and like it does that for a little too long, where like one of the main characters like just doesn't process the fact that what he's feeling is love, but like explains how he's feeling, which is basically love, but then doesn't seem to realize it's the same feeling the other person is feeling, which is really stupid. However, that's only like the first season of the anime, and it's very early on in the manga that the two characters actually get together. And then the rest of the story is just them being together, and I really like that. And then you get less of them in the story, and the spin-offs happen, and there are like two large spin-offs that are also about couples. At least one of which of the spin-offs, from my knowledge, is very much the will they won't they kind of thing, where one of the characters is like openly in love with the other, and the other character is like, what? Why? Why? It's good stuff though. The anime was very good. I had to add the opening to my playlist because I really liked it. And that doesn't happen as often as some people might think. I'm very picky with my music. At least until I hear the song a few times. Because remember, kids, even if you don't like a song, the more you hear it, the more likely you're going to grow to like it. Even if you have plenty of reasons not to like it. Because our brains are stupid and messed up. Oh man, when I was listening to the Sideways video essay where that came up, and he was just like, and this completely shattered my entire worldview. I'm like, yeah, man, I believe you. I think you might have literally lost sleep over this revelation that the more you hear a song, the more likely you are to go to like it, even if you don't enjoy it. I was like, yeah, checks out. The math on that feels right. Oh. Alright, let's run away from this hoot hoot. Let's run away. Hey, hoot hoot. Aw, you know what we're gonna call Hoot Hoot when we catch the shiny Hoot Hoot? We're gonna call him Owlicious. Of course we are. We're gonna name him the same name as Twilight Sparkle's pet from My Little Pony. Obviously. What other name could I give this owl? I don't know what name we're gonna give Piplup. The Penguin? Maybe. Copperpot? Maybe. Let's run away. So much Hoot Hoot. Man, the fact that I've run into like almost 600 Pidgeys in this freaking little patch of grass is wild to me. I love that catch comboing in Let's Go is a thing. I think they should implement more shiny strategies like that in the main games without changing them. Like the knockout shinies in Shield. Like I think something like that should definitely exist in every gen. I just think it should be better implemented. Because I feel like in Shield it's just not quite good enough to make it super worth it all the time. We still haven't got our shiny Machop yet. To be fair, I haven't been as diligently hitting those patches of field lately. Because anytime I'm playing Shield, I'm usually doing raids or like hatching eggs. Should definitely go do that at some point, though. Let's run away. You do get struck with like a sort of like ennui in Pokemon sometimes. A little bit of like a depressive wave when you shiny hunt. And you see the numbers like going up and up and up and up and up, and there's just no shinies anywheres, and you start to lose faith. Maybe that's what I like about it. It's like torturing yourself, but at the end of the torture, you know you'll get a prize. I wonder if that says something about me as a person and other people who do this. But I'm sure other people who do this like way more effectively than I do. Maybe it's not as bad for them. Maybe if you're good, it's fine. It's a shame I'm like only able to stream at like a decent time for Japan but I don't speak that much Japanese, or at least not enough to stream in it. Because like most of the Japanese I know is like practical things and not like anything conversational. I mean, I can have a conversation in Japanese, but like I wouldn't say it is a conversational conversation. You know, it's very utilitarian and functional. It's very much like ask question, receive answer, receive question, output answer kind of deal. Do 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 do. It's one of those things where like you get a little warm with like the blankets pushed against your back for some, so you have some sort of back support, and it's just like, oh man, real hard not to fall asleep when I'm just like looking at two screens and just hitting the A button. I have this thing where it's a lot easier for me to stay awake if I have someone to actively talk to. But as soon as like I don't have anyone like to engage in a conversation with, like I'm just like my body goes into shutdown mode. It's like, oh wait, we don't need to be occupied right now. Power down. All right, let's run away from this Pidgey who was not shiny. It almost feels like the game's gonna give me the shiny Pidgey just out of spite, and because we're just finding them so much more than the Hootoots. It's almost like two Pidgeys for every one Hootoot, which is big oofs. Alright, let's get back in there. Hi, Hootoot. Hello, Fletchinder. That's a Pokemon I'd love to get shiny. My Talonflame at some point. Because, like, I have such a connection to it. Because it helped me hatch all those eggs with Flame Body. I probably wouldn't replace my Volcarona, though. Like, Volcarona is just a Pokemon I really love. Always loved the design of Volcarona and Larvesta so much. They're just so cool. Run away! Not shiny. Accidentally punched my mouse there. Wee! Nope. Reset! Get back in there, you! Get your head in the game. Let's take a moment and quick look at Pogo while we're doing this. Because, you know, just shiny hunting in 2 degrees isn't enough. Gotta do it in 3. Gotta whip out the pogo on my phone while I'm doing this. Oh, I see a Chikorita. If that's shiny, that'd be pretty pug. Nah. Rip. I'd love to find a shiny Murkrow, too. For some reason, Murkrows have been super common for the last month and a half in Pogo. Alright, no shinies near me. Can turn Pogo off for now. Just checking the local spawns. You never know. Though if that Piplup was shiny, oh man, I'd be upsetted already, that's for sure. I guess that means I would be able to switch over to trying to get Turtwig shiny in this, which would be cool. I like that shiny Torterra's got like a golden autumn thing going on with it. That's pretty cool. Torterra is such a cool design. They need to do a fire turtle now. We have a water turtle and a grass turtle starter. They gotta do a fire turtle. Like a snapping turtle. Ooh. Make it like a fire rock type. Ooh, that'd be cool. I guess we already have Carcoal for that, though. Maybe they should make it a fire something else type. Hmm. We already have Fire Dark, too. Ooh, make it like a Fire Metal type starter. What is Metal weak to? Besides Fire? Metal type weaknesses.
Here is information from Eurogamer.
It's weak to fighting and ground, too. That's interesting. It means you could do the water fighting type starter I've always wanted. So you would have a fire steel type, a water fighting type, and so we would need a grass type that's good against water and fighting. Grass psychic. That's weak to steel though. What is steel strong against? Fairy? I have to do math here. Fairy's good against fighting, right? Right? The types, man. Let's see. Fairy is strong against fighting. There you go. We found it. We found the starter cycle that we should get on next. A fire metal snapping turtle Pokemon. Let me write this down. Where's a pen? I actually want to write this down so I don't forget the math on this. So we want a fire fighting snapping turtle. Snap turt. And then we want a water. Well, water flying could work too. No, we want water. It's not fire fighting, it's fire steel, you idiot. Fire steel. We want water fighting. What would a good water fighting type be? I'm still heavily inclined to think hippo. Cause I really want like a hippo starter. I don't know why I really want a hippo starter. But I think like a fighting hippo, like a sumo wrestler like hippo would be very cool. Mud wrestler hippo, you know? You know what? I'm just gonna do that. Hippo mud wrest. And that means we have a grass fairy type. What would be a good grass fairy? We already have so many grass fairies now that I think about it. I think it'd be interesting if it was like a worm. But I guess that might be getting a little too close to the bug type. Hmm. I'll have to think about that. A grass fairy type. It could be like a satyr Pokemon. That'd be interesting. Ooh. Satyr. Go. There we go. That sounds like cool starters for a fun little region. A fire steel snapping turtle. Maybe this will be the sequel to my old Pokemon pen and paper RPG I made. If I ever get around to running a game in that, or making like a 5e version of it. Do a new region with some new Pokemon. I'll have to come up with their names. That's pretty cool though. Maybe a satyr is a little too humanoid for a starter Pokemon though. Hmm. True, true, that's true. I do love how many like dinosaur like grass type are just like reptiles and lizards and stuff. Is there a particularly fairyish lizard? Like a nice fey lizard we could use? I'm almost tempted to make it like some sort of weird like moss dragon. So it's kind of like Charizard pilled, where you know it looks like a dragon, but it isn't a dragon type. I think each type of starter also deserves. So each type of starter deserves. What was I about to say? Each type of starter deserves a turtle starter, and we also need each type of starter to eventually get a dragon that isn't a dragon. We're already 2 out of 3 on the on the turtle starters. But we need to hit 3 out of 3 on the turtle starters, and then we can work on 2 out of 3 of the dragon starters. Or we can do both, because in this one we're doing the turtle and the dragon starter. There you go. Like a moss dragon? A fairy dragon? Fairy dragons are a thing? That's pretty cool. That sounds like a fun region. There you go. If I ever do like a 5e Pokemon campaign, I'll let the players decide if they want to play in my African region with those starters or the I don't know what I'd call this one. A moss dragon and a steel turtle makes it feel like it would be definitely makes it feel like it'd be like a European thing. like a Western European set, but that makes the hippo not work. What sort of rugged, semi-aquatic or aquatic life animals are in like the Ukraine that would be good for fighting? A rat? Oh, a water rat type? Like a muskrat? Okay, you know what? I'm kind of into that. That's kind of cool, you know? I'm not into it. Let's run away from this hooty hoot. I'll have to come up with names for them. Ooh, I have an idea to like. I think I might have an idea for the turtle's first name, the stage one. I think Lastash would be a cool name, like a Lestash, something like that. And it's like a turtle that's just like the smoldering embers, and then it gets bigger and bigger as a new flame is born. Could be cool. I like ash motifs in fire starters a lot. That would be an interesting starter lineup, though, I think. I like starters getting multiple types, and I just wish there was like more variety. I specifically want to see other types get fighting, which is one of the reasons why I kind of want to play Arceus, because from my understanding, Hisuian Decidueye is like a fighting type, whereas the Hisu with the regular Alolan Decidueye is like a ghost type, which is super cool, like a ghost starter. That sounds neat. And like what? Incineroar is a dark type, and Papilio is a water fairy type. We already had a fairy starter. There you go. Now it's the grass fairy's turn. Dude, this starter lineup I made up of Fake Mon is pretty cool. I I definitely wouldn't want to design like a full 150 plus Pokemon for it. I definitely would want it to like pull in like motifs of like other Pokemon and have some new regional mons, some new regional variants. I want it to have like a regional Rookidee for sure. Hold up, I'm writing. Rookidee. Now I kind of want to do like a Pokemon D&D 5e campaign. I was tempted to make some Pokemon classes for like trainers that like affect their Pokemon. I'd probably keep like megas and everything else out of it just because I don't like those things as much as I like regular Pokemon. I definitely don't want terrestrialization to be involved in it in any way. But like I'd love the idea of like Rookie D's and Galar being like the black pieces, and because they're all chess themed, right? It's Corviknight, Rook, and I forget what the little one is called. What the middle one is called in the Rickety line. But they're based off of like chess pieces, right? A rook and a knight, which would make me think the middle one is based off a bishop. But I think we have Bisharp, who is also based off a bishop, and Poniard, who are also based off of chess pieces. A bit more directly than Rookie D, maybe. What does Rookie D evolve for? Hey Google. Oh, my other phone heard me. Rookie D Cerebi. Quiet, Google. Oh, the shiny Rickety looks so cool. I'm gonna want that at some point. I mean, I'm gonna get them all for the living decks, of course. Corvus Squire. Okay, so maybe it's not chess pieces, it's the knight. So he's a rookie. He's a rookie. And then he's a squire, and then he's a knight. Okay. I still think a regional rookie would be pretty cool. Though I think we're getting rookie again in Paldea, in the Scarlet and Violet region. Because I'm pretty sure we saw rookie in one of the recent trailers. What else would have a cool regional form here? How about Gengar? A regional Gengar form? Or like Ghastly? The whole Ghastly line? That could be interesting. Also gives you a chance to like fix Gengar's shiny form. I also love the idea of doing like a pen and paper D&D campaign for Pokemon and like actually having the number generator rolling for shinies and whatnot whenever you do have the player like do the encounter and like actually incorporating like the actual game mechanics into it. Maybe that'd be fun. You know, Rudy's never really played tabletop role playing game stuff before, but Rudy also likes Pokemon. Maybe Rudy would want to do like a one-on-one Pokemon campaign together. Hmm. I am intrigued by the I am intrigued by the prospects of the things I have said, which is not uncommon with my ADHD. But I've definitely distracted myself from my shiny hunting. I mean, we still put in like almost 100 encounters so far in the 2 hours we've been going, which isn't fantastic. But I had to deal with some tech issues today. A lot. Like, there was a chance I was going to use my old VC face model, possibly, but even that wasn't working for a while. And VTube Studio wasn't working. It was a nightmare getting this string going today. 100%. Maybe I'll message Rudy about that, though. It could be fun. Like a once a week little one-on-one D&D session of Rudy exploring a new Pokemon region. Maybe I could get some cool art for the new Pokemon that they're going to encounter. I don't know. I'm not gonna jump the gun until I talk to Rudy about it. And if Rudy's not interested, I might ask around at other people who I know are into Pokemon and also tabletop RPGs. All right. But see, like I don't want to use 5e is the problem. Like I feel like 5e is like a little too inelegant. But I also would want to keep the stats smaller and more crunchier than like actual Pokemon. I like the idea of the game being played almost entirely with percentiles. And like I think I could make up like a really simple game easily. They said, knowing that that was a lie, but still being kind of convinced that it isn't. Like, how hard would it be to make a tabletop role playing game that was super simple and relatively easy to learn for Pokemon? Like I'm talking like the whole game is less than 5 pages of text for mechanics. I think I could do that. The first page would be like information about Pokemon, and like how their statistics work and leveling up and evolving and how all that functions. The second page would be like typing, items, and combat. The third page would basically be um, catch rules and like how catching would work and items and trainer battles and all that. And then the last 2 pages could just be like different character classes. Like you could be a breeder, you could be a um what are they? The people who do the in Pokemon who do the contests, like a contestant, instead of focusing on battle and whatnot. And like all those people like can battle with their Pokemon, of course, but like you know, and then like you could like specialize in catching like different type of Pokemon, or make it so that Pokemon you have of a certain type are stronger because of your commitment to the type. Imagine like doing like a one-on-one Pokemon campaign and the player uh doesn't win the championship but ends up becoming a gym leader. Like wouldn't that be cool? Like a player like retires from being an adventurer after like saving the region from a thing, like and they become a gym leader, and then you use that player's team later in other campaigns. Stuff like that sounds like super cool to me. I think you could make one that uses like only D100s by just crunching Pokemon numbers down. Like no random damage. Damage is all based off of, like the move itself plus the relevant Pokemon stat. I don't know. Maybe I'll crack open a new notebook when I'm at school during my lunch breaks and try and throw something together, and then see if someone would like to playtest it with me. And playtesting on stream would be super cool. I think if I'm gonna do regional Pokemon for a new region, though, I'd want to do like one Pokemon from each previous generation at a minimum, and then have other Pokemon from those regions also exist there, but not have their own unique regional form. Like now that Girafarig is getting like an evolved form, I would totally want in my African theme setting that my Pokemon Solar and Lunar games were based in to have like its own Girafarig variant. Maybe a different evolved form if you evolve them in the desert than in the grasslands. Right? Something like that. I've always loved Girafarig's design. I'm excited to get my hand on the new evolution. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, we're only going to be going for like another 17 more minutes, because if I don't stop, I won't have time to do any Let's Go farming today. And I still want to make my worksheet for school, and I want to do that first, where I want to make my cards for the activity. Let's run away. Maybe I can see if Bellamy was interested. I don't know if Bellamy's into Pokemon. Bellamy is into monsters, but I don't know if Bellamy is specifically into Pokemon. But that'd be cool. I know Bellamy loves to do like game dev stuff. If I went to Bellamy and like, hey, I've made like this hopefully very simple tabletop role playing game. It's like 5 pages of rules as like a play test. Would you like to play it and we can see how things feel? I don't know. It's really hard to try and like get collabs and other people invested in stuff I make. right now. Hello, Jordan. How are you today? I am just talking about nonsense at the moment, personally. Just rambling about tabletop role-playing games. Oh, that was not a shiny Pidgey. We run away. Alright, let's get our next DS encounter. You're playing Pokemon Fool's Gold. I'm not familiar. Is that a mod? Or a ROM hack? Let's run away. I never got into Pokemon ROM hacks. They always look super impressive, though. I remember there was one like Pokemon a ROM hack of Crystal. Sounds cool. There was one called like I don't even remember. It was like Pokemon like Nuclear or something. I don't remember what it was called. Damn. It was very popular like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, or what have you. Well, there we go. Crystal Clear. I think I remember that one. I've never done ROM hacked Mon games, but they seem very cool. I used to watch someone do a lot of ROM hacked Mario games on YouTube. That was super cool. That was when I first found out that people would do ROM hacks. I've been thinking about getting Crystal on the 3DS, but I kind of want to get like a second 3DS for it so I can trade. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to invest a second 3DS when they're going to take away the Pokemon Bank in like less than a year. I think that's too much of a time commitment for just like potentially getting some extra shinies out of it. But I also kind of want to buy it before the store goes away just to own it forever. I don't know. I'll probably end up caving and spending the $12 at some point. Some type differences. That's cool. Cool, cool, that's cool. ROM hacks are so neat, man. I wish I was like good at stuff. Like I wish I'd made those choices as a kid to just get better at those things. And like I know I could probably do it now if I just put in an insane amount of time and effort, but like I don't have a lot of time and I definitely don't have a lot of effort left in me, you know? Not shiny. We are so over odds for these Safari Pokemon, man. I feel like the game's punishing me for the really good egg luck I've been having in Shield lately. Paradox inverses the type chart? I already can barely keep the type chart straight in my head, man. That sounds like too much work. that sounds that sounds like it might just be too much work for my brain to process. Let's run away. That's cool though. I guess if you were doing a ROM hack, it'd be easier to like set up like difficulties and like challenge modes. I wonder if there are like physical like Nuzlocke cartridges that like restrict you to the rules of the Nuzlocke in the cartridge that fans have made. That'd be neat. I don't know if such a thing exists. I've never really tried Nuzlocks either. I don't know. That's just never what I was into Pokemon for, you know? I'm just a sucker for collecting the Mons and playing through the stories. Hey, that's a blue Piplup, not a green Piplup. We run away. One day, man, I'm gonna get my like slightly teal Piplup, and I'm gonna freaking jump out my window. I'm gonna be so excited. I'm gonna jump clear down the 4 stories of my apartment building, right to the pavement. I'm gonna be so excited. Level caps? Yeah, some people do that already with like the hardcore Nuzlocke stuff. I don't know. I don't like level caps. I like leveling up my Pokemon. That's half the fun for me. I love the grind and just getting ahead of things around me. I don't know. Alright, let's trigger this cutscene here. That's not a shiny Hoot Hoot. Almost at 300 tracked Hoot Hoot spawns in this friend safari. You lost the shiny Spinnerack. Oh no. I actually just got a shiny Spinnerack yesterday in Pogo, which is nice. I haven't transferred it to my shiny decks on home yet because I'm waiting to see if I can catch a second. Because I can't send it over to Shield to evolve it, and I haven't actually played enough of Diamond to get to the point where I can access it with Pokemon Home yet. Because this is all I've played of Diamond since purchasing it, basically. It's just shiny restarting. Shiny Spinnerack looks so good, man. I don't know what a Radios looks like the evolved form, but Spinnerack just looks so clean as a shiny. I love it. It is just such a cool color palette. Like going from like green and black and yellow to like the blue and purple. Oh, it's so clean. So good. Big fan. Huge fan of Spinnerack Shiny. We need more good shinies like Spinnerack. I got the Charmander line this week, and honestly, like Charmander is kind of a bland shiny. Charmeleon's like okay, because I do like him being like the sort of burnt goldish color. It goes from red to purple. That's cool. That's a good transition of color. Isn't that the opposite of what like Skorupi does? Isn't Skorupi like a little purple scorpion and it turns red if it's shiny? I think that's super cool. Purple shinies are great as long as they're not just pure purple. I've been playing a little original Ruby on my DS Lite, and I really want to find a shiny in it just because the sprites look so good. When I found my first Wishmer in the game, I thought it was a shiny just because of how good the sprite looked and like how bright and pink it was. I was like, oh my god, did I find a Wishmer shiny? I'm like, oh no, Wishmer's just supposed to be this pink always. And just in modern games, the color is just so faded that it doesn't look that pink anymore. I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, that's so vibrant and pink. Alright, let's reset already. Our most recent shiny get was definitely the Spinnerack yesterday. Or did we get the Spinnerack Friday, now that I think about it? I think we got the Charmander yesterday, and we got Spinnerack Friday. So I think technically the Charmander line is the most recent shiny we've gotten towards the living shiny decks. I'm not complaining. This was a good week for shinies. We got like 11 shinies this week. That's pretty good numbers for just 7 days. That's more than a shiny a day, technically, mathematically speaking. And I mean, most of that was because like 3 of the shinies we got were like 3 evolution lines. But, I'll take what I can get. If it inflates my numbers, it inflates my numbers. I ain't gonna complain. Ain't nobody complains about being a little inflated. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, Pokemon X in your battle music. Oh, that's just a normal ass Pidgey. Run away. That's just a normal ass Piplup. I saw a video where a guy had done like 13,000 resets for his shiny diamond starter, and I'm just like, oh no. I don't want to be doing this all the way through New Year's. I want to actually play diamond at some point. That's a lot of resets, man. I really want to try shiny hunting in diamond with the Pokenav or whatever it's called, the Pokemon tracker. But I need to get my shiny starter first so I can actually play through the game. Hopefully I get there before I get all the other shinies in the living decks. Hopefully there's still a shiny to catch in Diamond and Pearl by the time I get there. We're almost on our 2900th reset, which will probably be the end for the stream today. I'm probably only going to be able to go for the 2 hours today because I want to do some shiny hunting in Let's Go and I have some actual factual work to do. You know? Not that this isn't work, but like work that, makes me money. Not that it makes me enough money. Alright, let's get in there for the last Resetty Daretti of the stream for the Piplup. 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 Piplup's a good name. Is it an onomatopoeia? Is that the sound Piplup makes when it like dives in the water? Does it go Piplup? Piplup? I guess in the anime that it just says its name, right? Huh. I hadn't really thought about any of that before. Alright. Reset number 2900. Wild to think that I've done this 2,900 times. Yeah. Oh well. I have to say, like, as long as it's taking, it's not been bad. I'm still having fun. Does put a boy to sleep every once in a while, though. Sometimes you're just doing these soft resets and you start to doze off hitting the button. Definitely happens. It's definitely happened more than once where I've just sort of dozed off with the controller in my hand. I wouldn't say shiny hunting is always the most engaging activity one can do in Pokemon. Alright, no shiny Starly for 2,900. No shiny Piplup. Alright, that's fair. Alright, before we end the stream though, I need to go to home, I think. I think I need to move a shiny around. Because I gave my girlfriend a shiny Charmeleon as a gift. Ah! Shit. Oh, that might mess up my counter. since I just punched my camera like a absolute spoon. Let's see. Is that gonna track that hoot hoot? Yeah, it didn't. God damn it. I deserve that. I definitely deserve it. Okay. Yeah, I traded. I gave her my Charmeleon that I had spare. There he is. Get in there, you. So we've got some shinies. We got our Nihilego. We got our Sableye, our Togekiss, our Luxray. And we got our shinies. This week's shinies are, we got the Gibble, Gabite, and Garchomp. Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar. Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard. We also got Cubone and Let's Go, who isn't being transferred over quite yet. And we got Spinarak this week, which is pretty good. After tonight, I'll bump them all down off the weekly shiny tracks, into the overall track, and we'll start the new week next day. We got our Decidueye, which is nice. Our Gigalith, our Shuppet, for Fubuki. Giratina. Summer of 2013. This shiny Pokemon is almost 10 years old. Let's go. Got them in the summer 2013 giveaway. Which is pretty cool. This one, the account name they made for this one was just called GameStop. Solid. Solid. What about Arceus? Where's my Arceus? Alright, it was a Japanese giveaway. Desaru Shiti? Oh, wait, what? Desaru City. Desaru City? Shitty? I'm pretty sure that's city in katakana. I don't know what the first part is. It's like Deseru. Deseru? Deseru City? Maybe that's the name of a store. Because that was a Japanese promo. Good old Guppy giving me the Vaporeon and Jolteon gifts. I have to go in and name so many of these that don't have nicknames yet. Like Ninetales and Gardevoir. We got Litleo recently too, which is super cool. Alright. Well, that's what I needed to do. I needed to get the Charmeleon in there. Alright, we'll do one more encounter on the 3DS. And then we're going to end the stream at an even 2,900 encounters of the soft reset nature. Almost 600 Pidgey encounters. We got almost like 200 Pidgey encounters done today. Or like 140 Pidgey encounters today. You know what, let's see if we can get Pidgeys to an even 600, because I'm a sucker. I'm an absolute sucker, and I refuse to quit. That is my brand. I absolutely refuse to do what I say I'm gonna do. Oh, my back. god. I think the next shiny we are Masudaing right now is the Poliwag. I tried. So this was something that annoyed me. I tried breeding an Alolan Persian in Shield, and it kept shooting out Galarian Meowth, and that doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Maybe there's a way to specifically breed Alolan babies, but I think it's really stupid that it's not just, oh, we were at 600. No, don't be a Pidgey, be a Hoodoo. Okay, thank you. Alright, I want to thank everyone for coming by today for today's stream. We didn't get our shiny. I'm gonna go do some shiny hunting and let's go Pikachu off camera. I'm gonna try and get a shiny Porygon today. I want to thank everyone for coming by. And please consider checking out the Google file that we have going on. If you want to keep track of any shinies acquired off camera while we're doing our thing. Uh, ta-ta for now, and good luck shiny hunting.